Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for listening to From the Gate podcast, where we bring you game, good times, and genuine conversation. I'm Lisi.
Sess.
Let's get it. What is up, everybody? It is Super Bowl has come and Super Bowl has gone, and what everybody was expecting did not happen. There was a lot of people that thought the Chiefs were going to win it. Sis, not jokes. I told you there's gonna be an upset, but
that's not an upset though, because they haven't really won nothing, and the quarterback was like, I feel like they gave that to me.
who? Jalen Hurts? Really?
He didn't seem excited. He didn't jump up and cry like he hit him. He hit the jackpot like any other person would, but that's just me.
I just feel like he's one of those people that doesn't like show his emotions really. I just feel like there's people that are like that where they don't.
If
really
you don't get
showcase.
your Rick Fox nephew looking ahead at.
So I think like one of my favorite parts of watching football and the championships and everything is I love that the coaches and the players, not all of them, but some of them, like the Eagles coach, he gave all glory to God, and same thing with Jalen Hurts. He's like, God is great. And even when Saquon Barkley was being interviewed, the panel was like, what was the first thing on your mind when the clock hit 0 and you realized you guys had won the Super Bowl, the championship? And he said the first thing he thought of was God and how he brought him to this moment after so many years of playing football and being in his career. And I always love that they do give glory to God, because it reminds me to be grateful in all moments, and whether it's the highs, the lows, that God is in everything. And so, but the Philadelphia Eagles, they had a commanding victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. First half looked like it was going to be a shutout, but the Chiefs came back strong. In the second half, it just, as I expected, because Mahomes is known for like being able to recover during the second half of the game.
Well,
but
there's two things, because Kansas City didn't seem like they won a lot of games this year. They won a lot of by field goal, by referee going back and looking at the film like he stepped outside.
Oh, gotcha.
If you go back and look,
watch a lot of their games this season,
year, they didn't really win a lot of games by points like that.
Weren't they like undefeated? No. The regular season?
2019, yeah. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm glad the Eagles won. Somebody else besides
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs, because Kelsey looked like he Will Rogers from.
He bring his country boy out.
You see that dude had some bangs. I was like, bruh, if you don't flip
take your
the hair,
slick back now.
if you don't put the labella and put
the whip my hair back and forth, nah, jokes. But Kansas City Chiefs, it threw off a lot of people, I'm sure. Highlight for me was more so the halftime show, but we're going to talk about that a little later on in this episode. And then the anthems, the pregame show. I actually really liked the whole like marching band drumline thing that they did. I felt like it brought a lot of soul to the opening of, and it represented what New Orleans is, whether it's.
That's one dirty ass city, bro. Are you kidding me?
I just didn't like, but I didn't really care for the New Orleans style anthems that they did. Like when they did the national anthem and America the Beautiful and Lift Every Voice and Sing.
That city is dirty.
Speaking of Lift Every Voice and Sing, I don't know why people made a bigger deal about it than there needed to be. It was.
I mean, everybody else there said it was a great performance. He was very loud. The stadium was loud and everybody was singing word for word.
The anthem.
No, I'm talking about Kendrick Lamar's performance. The
Oh,
anthem, that shit was trash.
I just didn't like that they had like the
It looked
New
like that was
Orleans
PM
themes,
Don's
New Orleans themes,
son.
jazz.
Leave without you.
Sing it again.
Is it my turn? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, beautiful.
You know what song I'm talking about?
No, I have no idea. I'm singing America the Beautiful, the way Lauren Daigle was singing. I didn't even know Lauren Daigle was from New Orleans, first and foremost, but
Anyway,
yeah, I didn't really care. I thought it was really cool and it paid homage to the city of New Orleans, but yeah, the way that they sang it, the style that they sang it in,
it was trash.
yeah. Well, in so many words, yes. All right, so let's look at the game itself. What happened to the Chiefs? Because first half, they hella shut it down. But it was exactly what I was saying in our last episode, where one of the key matchups to watch out for is the Eagles' front defense line. That's what Patrick Mahomes needed to watch out for in order to be successful with his offensive line. But they shut it down every time. And then they got 2 interceptions. On top of that, the Eagles' defense was on fire.
Yeah, they was on point though. Yeah, they did their stuff for sure. They got what? 3
6
interceptions?
sacks. 6 sacks and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, shout out to the Eagles.
But yeah, he also led the team with Jalen Hurts. He did an excellent job in leading his team, and one thing that I really liked was kind of the story behind everything, where he had told his offensive court or one of the assistant coaches the last time they met the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, he was like, "We'll be back." And they came back with a vengeance, and they were not playing around. They came out strong in the first half. At first, I thought it was going to be one of those things where they come out strong in the first half, and then the second
it
half
was a
is
high-scoring game. It was what, 40 to 20 something?
40-22, yeah. But they left the halftime 24-0.
So, anyway,
So yeah, so great job to the Chiefs, or not the Chiefs, the Eagles defense. They really, really, really showed up and helped secure the win for the Eagles for the Super Bowl championship this year. And Hurts even said it in his interview. He's like, defense wins championships.
yeah, I mean, they shut it down from the beginning of the game.
And then my boy Mailata with his Samoa flag. Manuia Samoa.
Take that flag and put up an American flag, my nigga. Like,
Samoa mo Samoa. Oh yeah. Que pia Samoa. Nah. But yeah, they literally shut the Chiefs offense down, and congratulations to the Chiefs. And Saquon Barkley was kind of like a highlight all season, and then to see his performance in the Super Bowl and for him to actually win a Super Bowl on his birthday, I think is so cool. Especially because he's been working so hard his entire career. Like, he was with the Giants, and then this is his first year away from the Giants, and it just so happens he gets to win a Super Bowl. But I do feel like he was the missing piece for the Eagles in order to be able to get to that level. I mean, I understand it's like a team effort and everything, but
yeah, I mean, he balled out for sure. It's been a long time coming for him. He spent a lot of years over there in New York. He wasn't able to. I mean, he balled over there, but wasn't able to just get it over the fence. You know what I mean?
right. But I also feel like it's because he didn't have all the key elements in order for that to happen. And so now that he's on a team where that could happen,
Yeah. I think for the most part he did his thing for sure.
yeah. And then even the receivers,
For who?
Eagles.
Yeah, I mean,
Smith and
overall,
Brown, they like
collectively,
really did.
they did a pretty good job.
Congratulations, E-Man. Your team has secured the bag. That's my brother's team. My brother Eman, his favorite
No,
team
the
is the
Eagles always
Philadelphia
been.
Eagles.
They've always been a good team. I mean, over the years, like they've always been good.
I know my brother's hella happy.
From like the '90s all the way through, from Ronald Cunningham to what was the first quarterback's name? Was it Ronald Cunningham?
I have no idea.
Well, the first black quarterback was Warren Moon and Ronald Cunningham is the one that played in the early 2000s,
The first
right?
black quarterback played for the Eagles?
Yeah.
I know my brother was a McNabb fan, Donovan McNabb fan. That's kind of where it started for them, but
Yeah, it was Ronald Cunningham. Then McNabb. Anyways, Jalen Hurts. um, yeah, I mean, they did a pretty good job yesterday.
congratulations, Eagles. Y'all did it. Fly, Eagles, fly. Steelers, we need to come back. Mike Tomlin, let's go, let's get it. But I mean, we're from the same state, I guess. So
Ooh.
Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, Eagles and Steelers, they're in the same state, just two different places.
Not really. They say Pittsburgh is more
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Philadelphia's in Pennsylvania too.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. Same state, so I guess it's a win for the state.
Anyways, yeah. Overall, it was a great game, great performance. I saw a couple commercials
That you really liked?
that I thought that stood out a little bit. That was pretty funny, but
I think I didn't really see any commercials that like. I guess just the Matthew McConaughey Uber Eats one, because he has something. I know it's not him that says that there's a food conspiracy for what you call it between NFL for Uber Eats, but
why? What happened?
well, it's been through the whole NFL season for his Uber Eats commercials, where like, oh, the NFL was created just so that way Americans can eat more.
Hey, you could be right. Who doesn't
Or
like to
originally
shove
Originally calling a football the pigskin. Pigskin equals bacon. No jokes.
for
But yeah, I just think it's a hilarious concept, but it's a very clever concept when it comes to like marketing. Is the whole NFL is a conspiracy to make you want to eat more. But everybody likes to eat during football season. That's like one of the best parts of football season is being able to eat, drink, and be happy when your team wins.
right.
And when your team doesn't win, being able to still eat, drink, and look forward to the next game.
Right.
Because, there's always next season. But anyways, halftime show. Let's move on to the halftime show with Kendrick Lamar. There's so many key moments in that whole show. And I think I love that he had Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam, and just my personal interpretation of it and what that represented it's kind of like, how you have that one uncle that's always like trying to tell you what to do and trying to tell you like this is the way that things are supposed to be, and if you're not doing that, then he's gonna give you the earful.
Right.
But that's what Uncle Sam is.
Too reckless, too ghetto. Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up.
That's Uncle Sam.
And so Samuel L. Jackson is Uncle Sam, trying to get Kendrick to do like what America expects of him to do, and trying to get him to listen to what he needs to do in order to be successful in America as a person, or as a black man, I guess. And I just thought it was very humorous, but it was also very genius. And Kendrick Lamar, he gave everyone a show that's definitely worth talking about. And one of the things that I admire most about Kendrick as an artist is that his art or his performances are always something that creates conversations and gets people to start talking and start like thinking about like whether it's social issues, whether it's like societal issues, just anything. Like he likes to get the conversation started through his art, and he's also very much uses his music as an opportunity for activism.
That's what LA dudes do, though. To be
Yeah.
quite frank, that's what LA dudes do. I mean, you set the trend, you set the bar, you set everything. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, that's true. In a way, I mean, just my little place where I grew up at. Everyone have gone to the league in some shape or form.
Yeah.
Made it out the hood. Uh, yeah. So I mean, coming from that to now, I mean, I feel like that's what LA dudes do. I mean, if you just go back musically, um, NWA was able to separate from like the East Coast type of music, and the Midwest and the South have kind of fed off of the West Coast music pretty much to kind of make
Right.
their own sound
Mm-hmm.
in a way. So the West Coast has definitely always been influenced.
And they kind of created their own culture around hip hop too, because you have like Western culture of hip hop and Eastern culture of hip hop, two totally different, same
Yeah, I
genre,
mean
but they're
because
two
they're
different styles.
two big cities, but LA's a little more spread it out. We got Hollywood here. There's hella things to do. Vegas is only a couple hours away. Mexico's only a few hours away. So the Bay Area is only a few hours. So
Right.
yeah, so I feel like it's kind of a gift and a curse in a sense, but um, it's what LA dudes do.
And I think it's really cool that he uses his platform to not only tell the story, but to make these bold statements about the American society and black people in American society and their contributions to the American society. And so, um, as we saw, he started off on top of the hood of a Buick, one of those like old school Buicks, representing his where he started from, where
it's
he
a
came up
muscle
from, a muscle car.
it's a muscle car. Um, it's Monte Carlo. It's a super sport. There's all different type of versions of those type of cars. They have like the T top. They have a hard top. Some cut it off to have it to where it's convertible. But yeah, it's a LA car.
Yeah.
Growing up in the '90s, that's pretty much what all the b boys and the guys in the hood had. Besides, I mean, Impala was like a more of a bigger accomplishment. There were a lot of people have them, but for like everyday cars, it was a Monte Carlo or a Caprice.
So what does that car, that specific car that he used, mean to
I can't think
people
of
that
the
are from
name.
LA?
I can't think of the name. It's called a.
I think I saw online it's a Buick GNX or something like that.
Yeah, Buick makes Monte Carlo. I think. Yeah, they do. Monte Carlo's made either vice versa.
Mm,
Well, Buick has been around for centuries.
years.
So, yeah, Buick makes Monte Carlo.
Mm.
I mean, if you look at the movie with Denzel Washington, what's it called?
Which one? He has so many.
The gangster one in L.A.
American Gangster?
No, the one that he did in L.A. where he was a crooked cop.
Training Day?
Training Day. That car that he was driving in there was also a Monte Carlo
Mm.
made by Buick. So look it up and see
So what does that car like represent for?
It's like the everyday car gangster car, pretty much. That and the Caprice. Caprice, I think, is made by Chevrolet.
Mm.
Yeah, those were very popular growing up as well. The Super Sport, that's like the highest model that Caprice can go to is the Super Sport. They have the big body, wide body Super Sport. They had those. They got the El Caminos. Those are like all the LA cars that were like, with the IROC. That's all made by Chevrolet.
Oh.
Are all under the Chevrolet umbrella.
Nice. But yeah, so a lot of people well, not a lot of people. There are some people that said that him being on top of the car and doing and like starting off with like a rap from that's not as well known to a lot of people as I think it's an unreleased track. That's what I had read.
It could be. I don't know. It sounded like one of his older songs from his older album, but I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, it is it's a a teaser to a track that he's gonna release soon.
Oh, nice.
Called GNX, which coincides with the car that he was on.
No, but look up the name of the car. It's a Grand something. I can't think of the name off the top of my car, but it all falls underneath what I just said earlier. The Caprice, the El Camino, the Super Sport. If it had a SS on it, which means it's like that, it means it's a fast model.
Is that the Super Sport?
Yes. The Caprice has one. Monte Carlo has one. What's the name of the car?
1987 Buick GNX.
There you go.
And so they says the vehicle is sentimental to Lamar, whose dad brought him home from the hospital in a Buick GNX.
And it's a LA trademark.
Yes. 1987. Oh, he's a year older than me.
A LA trademark car. The El Camino, the Caprices, the IROCs, the Monte Carlo. Yeah.
That's tight. But anyways, so him starting off on the Buick GNX just number one teased his track that he's about to release, which is called GNX, and then on top of that, it also represented his humble beginnings, and it was kind of like an ode to his father, in a way, which I think is really cool. I did not know that, but and then he ends it with the revolution about to be televised. He picked the right time, but the wrong guy. Nah. But
Dang, I know that. Kendrick Lamar, man, that's crazy.
But that American flag moment, I think that's my favorite formation that they had in the whole performance was that American flag moment where he had all his dancers like line up and create the American flag on those steps.
And they formed into American flag?
Yes, sir. I think that was my favorite. And with an all black dance crew, it just kind of the symbolism in that it just shows how we as Americans should stand in unity. And it also showcases the pride and how proud he is as a black person being able to be a part of American society and how America is in a way built off the backs of the blacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With all of their contributions that they had to mold the American society. And even though Uncle Sam was like telling him, that's so ghetto.
Yeah.
That's reckless.
Samuel Jackson.
He played it so well though.
Yeah, he sure did. He had me fooled. This motherfucker had me fooled.
And so, and even with all of his digs at Drake throughout the performance, it was just a
He
very
wasn't a
like,
dig at Drake. I don't think so. I mean,
who, Kendrick?
yeah.
Of course he had digs at Drake. You see his smile that he smiled when he was like, say Drake.
I don't think so.
I think he had some.
He just
When
said,
was it?
say Drake.
No, there was the other one too where he was like, I want to play their favorite song, but you know they like to sue. In reference to him getting sued or Drake suing him because of his Not Like Us song.
Anyways. Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, like, he still included it, but it was a great performance from Kendrick. There's a lot of symbolism, a lot of like just social messages that need to be shared and need to be promoted in terms of unity, in terms of having pride in who you are as an American, and being proud of your country, being proud of where you're from, and not allowing society to dictate, not allowing Uncle Sam to dictate the way that you move, the way that you operate, the way that you handle, basically, here in the U.S.
Right.
And not being afraid to operate outside of the boxes. And even though we're all in this game of life, because you see his little PlayStation, the X and the triangle, the circle, the square.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you got a PlayStation controller on the on the football field.
That was pretty tight.
Right? But we're all part of this game.
It was like maybe like the first or the second generation of PlayStation. That's what it looked like. That's what it appeared to look like. So.
Yeah. Just all those different nods, all those different components that made his performance just great job at entertaining and great job at creating conversations and forcing people to have those thought-provoking conversations about what our society looks like right now, playing the game of life that we're in and making things happen no matter what. And so, what are you guys' thoughts on the Super Bowl? What do you guys think about the Eagles and the Chiefs? As well as, what are your thoughts on the anthems that were done and all of the New Orleans inspired composed music, whatever it's called, the way that they had handled with the beginning of the game all the way through. And so I thought it was very exciting. I thought halftime show was very thought-provoking and just very entertaining. The game, probably not so entertaining for Chiefs fans and for a lot of other people who are like, man, this is going to be a blowout. Blowouts are usually not the most fun games to watch, but I was expecting Patrick Mahomes to come back and to do what he normally does and to just like take over the second half of the game, but it's okay. There's always next year. There's always next season. We got a couple months for the next season. He has a few rings,
so, I mean, no one can... I mean, you got to catch up, okay? I mean, at this point.
Right, but I do feel like he really wanted to...
Ain't nobody messing with him right now. I mean, after Tom Brady and Lee, I mean, he's the GOAT right now.
No, he really is. Like, he's already proved this for himself.
You got to win like 3 more years of those. So, anyways, he's still the man. Shout out to both teams. They did it. Better luck next time, and we'll see you next year.
Happy NFL season, guys. Chew learner. Tell us your thoughts. Let us know what you think. Sassy, got anything else to add?
No, that's it. Let us know, man. We're on all social media platforms. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Halaban, Jelligan, and Falavan. We're on all the guns.
Follow us on our socials. You can find us at From the Gate on all social media platforms. Check out our website, FromTheGate.com. I'm your host, Lisi.
Success.
Deuces.
Gia.